Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching You. This is episode 8 of season 3. Hopefully guys have enjoyed the series so far. The last episode was interesting. So after the conversation in episode 6 at the very end, I love saying that, you know, she needs to try and play on Phil's heartstrings because obviously he fancies her. They need to get the information what Matt's got on them. Joel's agreed to do that. He's agreed to let her entice him, bring him in, flirt with him. It'll take suspicion away from him and Marianne. You know, love won't be focusing on their relationship, should be focusing on Theo, so he's given it a thumbs up. So that's what she done straight away. Theo was in the garden, she went to the window, she started undressing. Theo seen her, he was smiling, she moved out the way, she texted him, will you come meet me at the bakery tomorrow? Of course he will. He decided to go there. As he went down, he went to make a move straight away. Love actually said, no, that's not why we're here. He was all confused. He was like, look, mate, you are sending mixed signals. I don't know what's going on, but please tell me. She was saying, look, I can't cope with this information that your dad's got on us. My family's high profile. It stresses me out knowing that there's loads of family personal information out there and we don't know what it is. Can you help me get it? Obviously, he's agreed to do that and he's gone to try and find this information. Also, what's interesting is Ryan Goodwin, obviously Marianne's ex-husband, he is apparently recovering from drugs, and Joe decided that he's going to break into his house, he's going to spike his protein shakes that he has in the morning, and he's got to put a little bit in it here and there to make him fall off the wagon. It seemed like it was working as well because he messed with his alarm, he got up late, he was stressed out, his car tyre was popped. Obviously Joe's done that as well, and he's just decided to, you know, like calling sick for one day. Joe's like, that is step one for obviously the long term taking him out. Now, what's really interesting is he ended up going to Sherry's party, and while he was there, Ryan Goodwin turned up. Now, he seemed like he was all okay, nothing, you know. Joe thought that it would have took him out for the rest of the day, obviously spiking all his stuff, but no, somebody told him that the guy's not a recovering, you know, he's actually never fell off the wagon. He's always been taking the drugs. He pretends to everybody that he's okay and he's clean, but he's not. He takes it a little bit in his shake, so basically, Joel just put a little bit more drugs in the drugs that he's already taking, so it didn't really have no impact on him. So that is interesting. Joel's going to think of another way to take him out. But while he was at the party, Love ended up having a conversation with Sherry. Sherry was saying, look, mate, did you read the article that I sent you? You know, there's new ways to mix up and spice up your marriage. You know, if you think that the passion's going, there's ways to get it back. Me and CARY, we really like you and Joe. We like how you you know, like how you act together. We really think that you're sexy. We think that me and him could spice up your relationship. We would love to have a connection together, maybe, you know, swingers. What's really interesting is Love didn't refuse that, and she was just like, what's going on, mate? And then somebody called and got her in the way, so it ended up, you know, ending that conversation and she walked off. Now, it's still open-ended, that, because at the end of the episode, you know, Love was speaking to Joe and she was saying Sherry did propose that, and what does he think? Now, obviously, this is a big fat win for Joe because it gives him possibilities to go and sleep with other people and do all these other things with other women that he actually wants to do, because, like I said, he's like when you get a shiny new toy. Love, for example, he loves it so much, he's got it, it's brand new, so good, and after a while he gets bored and he wants to move on to the next. But if it's open like this and it's Love that's proposing it and he can move on with free will, then obviously it's like he's buzzing, he's absolutely buzzing. So he had to pretend that he was like considering it. Oh, I don't know how it's going to be, but you know, we're going to talk through it together. That's what we do, we're a unit, we're a couple. And that's where he ended it. So it's very interesting. Does he get his wish or does he not? Maybe he could bring someone else in that he really enjoys, or whether he's going to have to obviously take one for the team, because I don't really think that he likes CARY and Cherry. But if he needs to do that to open the door to other avenues, I think he will do that. Also, just speaking about Love's mum, she spiraled out, you know. She had a bad divorce settlement. She lost her vineyard. She went and she burned it down. It's not even bothered me. She went and burned it down. She was like, if I can't have it, neither can you. Love's kids are out of her life. She said, look, mate, you could have hurt 40, you could have hurt Henry, whatever's, you know, I can't have you here, just go away. As Joe was taking her away, she ended up telling to her, look, mate, you know, you've heard the story about Love's husband in the past, yeah, but he didn't die really because of X, Y, and Z. I think that Love killed him. That's pretty much what she said, mate. She's like, I think Love's killed him and took him out. Now, that's interesting because Joe, he was like, usually I think somebody's crazy saying that, but I know what Love's past is. This is what he was narrating in his head. I know what Love's past is, and I know how she acts, and, you know, it's not really that far-fetched. Maybe she has done that, so I need to watch my back. Very, very interesting. But that is where we currently are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you do, and as always, let's jump in to episode 8 of season 3 of You.
Here's the thing, Marianne. I'm a monogamist, so imagine my surprise when my wife suggested we read up on polyamory. Happily ever after is a myth because people are not static. Our partners do not owe us a guarantee that they will never change. I'm leaving out the part where if your marriage isn't on rock solid footing, swinging is all but guaranteed to nuke it. To tread lightly, be game, but not too. Make it all her idea. I can make it easy. To leave me, no hard feelings. To go follow her bliss.
I don't know if this is a good idea.
Shit, to game.
I'm not sure we're in a solid enough place.
Did you and James ever do anything like this?
No.
Oh, he's bringing the James conversation up, mate. I'm interested to see how far it goes.
We were planning on having a baby, and he got cold feet.
I'm so sorry. That my wife almost definitely murdered her first husband.
Let's
not rush this swinging thing.
It isn't me.
It isn't us. Which is exactly why we're going to do it.
To self-destruct it from the inside. I know his game now. I thought that last episode that he wanted it to venture out in so he could sleep with other people. That's what I thought, but no, I've understood what his game is now. He wants it so that it self-destructs within, so that love and him actually break up. It causes friction between them, not so that he could actually venture out and just express what he wants with other people. He wants it so that it destroys a marriage. So I think that's really interesting. Do you know what she was saying there about her, obviously, ex-husband? Because he got sick, she kind of felt sorry for him, so to speak, so that they no longer, say, had arguments and she could no longer, like, confront him and be angry in that. Obviously, because of his condition, she felt sorry for him. Now, it's interesting that, because I get it, and many people do edge on that side. So, for example, yesterday in football, Christian Eriksen, obviously, he's back, you know, like, well done to him. He collapsed. He had a cardiac arrest on the pitch. Looked like he died for 5 minutes, and now he's back playing football. So, like, well done to him. But yesterday, Williams took him out, and he threw him on the floor, and then he realised who he was, and then he stopped, and then gave him a hug, and then, like, you know, he patted him on the head and ran off. And do you know what I mean? Like, instead of, like, being mad at him because he hurt him, he was like, he realised who it was and was like, oh, he had a condition, treated him different. And that is, like she was saying there, because of her husband had this condition, she couldn't actually have normal arguments, conversations, this, and this, because she always kind of, like, felt sorry inside for him.
You and Lansing, you guys have been together for how long?
13 years.
Have you two always been monogamous?
We tried a threesome once. We'd been married a year, and our lives were just work. Lansing wanted to spice things up.
How'd he convince you?
If this is what he wanted, I should at least try it.
She was calling to congratulate me on being a finalist in her imprints illustration contest.
Congratulations.
Which I did not submit for.
So.
Dante, give us a sec.
She's going to thank him, though. She is going to thank him.
You missed the deadline for the last submissions.
I did.
I just...
decided to do it for me. They're my deadlines to me. Can I go back to being excited now?
Please. Well, you're in a good mood.
Yeah, it's been nice having Juliet.
Smart to keep good news from him.
Juliet, time to go.
Already?
Don't argue.
Interesting, mate. I hope she gets some sort of custody. Don't lose the child completely.
Come to bed.
Trying to reignite the spark. And my move here is make it not so easy. Long day.
You know, I want a secret. I want us to be fun.
You are fun.
No, I mean, like, wild. Like, you remember those first few months. Don't Sherry and Carrie seem more interesting now that we know they swing?
I thought you didn't want to.
I don't know what I want.
I have to guide her gently.
Do you have any fantasies?
Okay, I made out drunkenly with my college roommate. So you've never had a threesome?
No.
Unless you count under the bed with Peach Salinger and her drug dealer.
Hit it.
You ever kiss a guy? No idea?
Under the right circumstances?
Could talk to the experts.
Bullseye.
I'm sure Sherry and Carrie would be happy to give us a walkthrough.
Yeah, we're not committing to anything.
Oh, interesting. That is interesting. I like it. Do you know what? Joel worked that really well. I thought he was going to go down the line of saying stuff he has never done. Do you know what I mean? She kind of works that in on him, but, like, I would have you ever done this? Oh, I've never done this. And it's like, well, maybe we could do it together. You know, you've not done it, I've not done it. We do it together. That would have been interesting. But it's true, though. Like, I'm not married. I don't live with anybody. So I can't speak on this. But how do you keep everything, like, fresh and new all the time? Because, yeah, the only way I could say it is the new toy, so to speak, thing. So, like, you get it. You love it for so long, but then if you do it every day, so just pretend, I don't know, PlayStation, you get a game, you love it, you've waited for this game, you love it so much, and you play it every single day, after a year or two, you're like, oh, you know, it's fucking boring now. Do you know what I mean? Like, literally, I've done it. I've seen everything. I know everything in and out, all of it. Every little nook and cranny, I know it all. It's boring. How do I make this game good again? And that's kind of like the relationship here. When you're not living with them, you're going out on dates once or twice a week. It always got fresh stuff, you know, because if you're absent and you're back, what have you done here and there? Boom, boom, boom. You've always got things going on. Well, like, if you're together, you're living, you see each other every minute of every day. And it's like, at one point, you'll know every single thing about the person. What they do, what they like, where they go, their enjoyments, the kids, the time, the job, you know, like, what entertains them, the favourite colour, activities, all of it. After you know so much, how do you keep that new, upcoming, fresh, active? Like, that is a very interesting look on it. So, like, this swing and miss, it is an opportunity. It's definitely a new way of spicing it up. I would love to know people who've been married for 50, 60 years. What do they constantly do to keep everything so exciting and so new and not stale? Because everybody's surely going to have that stumbling block at one point in a marriage when you've been with somebody so long.
Disclosure is mandatory.
It's standard practice in a community as tight-knit as ours.
Oh, damn you. Oh, yeah, those look worth fucking my glycemic variability for.
It's got to be embarrassing filming this, hasn't it?
Our marriage grew rock solid through these little trust falls. Let's talk menstruation. I'm not due for another 3 weeks. Cycle twins. Let's get to the fun stuff. What are you comfy with? Joe, are you good with love and I getting physical?
I trust you.
Answered that well, mate.
Are you good with Joe and Carrie fooling around?
Sure. Some don't understand that a bisexual man is a truly optimized man.
And what about Joe and me?
Seeing his love killed the last woman I almost slept with. I think that's a no.
It's fine by me. Oh, what's happening?
No, it's just we've been doing this a while. We can tell when a foundation's a little shaky.
They was fast to bounce them, weren't they?
What the fuck just happened?
A major setback.
That was Joel's fault. That was Joel's fault. Did you see how fast he was to answer? He answered Love's question. He should have sat back. You know, when you're in therapy, when they say, no, Joe, it's Love's time. That's literally what it was. He spoke for her. But understandably, he has his reasons because of the actions that she's done in the past.
Even when you're practicing for court, you're still delightful.
Would you describe your recovery from addiction?
Well, I have my weekly meetings.
No, in the 4 years since.
Give me a second.
Being hard on you because I know what you're up against.
I know, I'm trying. The fucker is plotting something and I can feel it. So, I know it's a lot to ask, but it would mean so much to me if you would be a character witness. I actually need you to play up the whole kick-ass mom.
Hope the least I can do is hasten the end of my marriage. Speak of the devil. Fun. The books say to test your comfort by role-playing little scenarios.
It's not the most subtle come here of my life, but I'm not complaining about it. I saw Joe's car in the driveway.
He's taking a nap.
I've not just seen him stood at the door.
I know I should be chill, but like...
You know, actually, Joe, that's Joey's wig. Well, then we better behave. Your dad, the office?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like impossible. But I'll figure it out.
He's going to see her or them do something on the cameras, I reckon.
Theo's still circling Matthew, but he'll get there.
I gathered.
Did you?
She looks quite good there, you know. I
How
think
did
she
that
looks
make you
attractive. In it, mate.
My wife needs to feel like mildly transgressing with that idiot rich kid did the trick.
Yeah, man. He just fucking fell right into his lap. It was so good.
She's not a boring, tired suburban mom. She's fun. Safe. Reliable. We can do anything together. Satisfied, but still hungry.
I think we're solid.
If you think we are.
Yeah? Okay, you want to call this dinner? I'll text you.
I've got to say, I say it all the time, right? But this show is one of the only shows that, to me, convincingly do an attraction, sexual, sex scene, intensely, quite close to real as it gets. For me, anyway, the way they act there, that I don't know, man. Like, other people might say no, but I actually feel like these do the sex scenes also well. Like, she acted very well there. She looked like she was really, really turned on, like she was gagging for it, which is interesting because maybe she gets turned on by the fact that, I don't know, Joe might feel a bit possessive over her. Does that make sense? Because when he come in and he was saying how it made him feel, she was like, really? And it's like, that is a turn on for her, you know? Because she feels like Joe doesn't find she's attractive. She says that a few times this season, where if you got Joey kind of like protecting her, saying, oh, I want this, I want that, she's like, yes.
Theo, what happened? The fucking Wi-Fi went out. What? The Wi-Fi went out.
I mean, do you think it has to do with the dozens of servers that you snuck into your office?
No. Yeah, obviously I'm a bit of a rabbit hole.
People aren't built to live in an office without, like, taking a walk or something.
Like, what do you want, iPad store?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay,
Thanks,
done.
Dad.
Sure.
Yo, he's just twisted it to make him go out the house so he can go inside. That was quite clever from Theo, man.
It's scary, isn't it?
You realize that this is domestic abuse, right? That you so casually accessed?
Well, I wouldn't be looking at Love if she weren't connected to Natalie. Or you? What is it you think you're doing with Love Quinn? She's a married woman with a baby living next door.
You've been fucking buried in here, obsessed, strung out like some fucking QAnon
And you're acting like
nutjob.
a stupid fucking brat!
Just move on, okay? She's dead!
Get out. You heard me. Get out. Pack your shit. Go back to your mom's tomorrow. Get out.
I'm doing this for you.
She does look good.
For you.
Well, thanks again for hosting. This remodel will be my death. Oh.
Is that Blue Day Chanel?
No, Carrie, it's soap.
A man that doesn't want to share his scent. Respect.
What is this music? We're gonna need to change a stack.
To a night we won't forget.
Joel's going to love this. Joel is actually going to love it. Also, just before we move into this, because I'm really interested, can you blame Matthew? I actually can't, you know. If I had that little sliver of possibility that someone murdered my wife, I'd be all over it until it was absolutely, factually not real. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if I still thought that somebody had murdered my wife and I've got information, little bits here and there, I would be obsessive about it as well. Look, Deep Matthew's obsession. Literally, I would be obsessive about it. I'm not actually judging him at all from that, me. I would not let it lie. If one of my family members was killed, wife, sister, mum, dad, whatever's, I would be fighting until the very end, until every single possibility had been wiped, viewed, seen, done, ticked off, that it was not a murder. So I'm very interested.
Disclosure, I can get quite vocal.
She is a screamer, this one, okay? I mean, get ready.
Shake it out.
Full go. Total liberation. Get in your hips.
Look each other in the eyes.
She's scared. This isn't her, but she desperately wants it to be.
If you feel too overwhelmed, just use the safe word. Hakuna Matata.
No more talk. Let's dance.
I want to show you what I set up in the bedroom.
And I'm officially terrified.
The guys that swing up or something, imagine.
My magic potions, stimulants,
hell.
lab grade shrooms, liquid down regulation, killer rest and recovery aid, but strong as dick. For you? Allow me to introduce you to my ritual for a night like tonight.
And you are the only one who could make whatever's about to happen worthwhile.
Welcome to the real party, brother.
That guy is hench as fuck, mate. I really like their personalities, to be honest. No, proper slagged his wife off as well.
What
And
the
she's
fuck is
actually
that,
alright.
If you don't want to fuck yourself, well, how is someone else going to want to fuck you, my man?
Oh, of course,
Self-love,
Carrie
mate.
is Carrie sexual. My savior. Carrie, you know what? This is our babysitter. Just real quick.
I'm sorry, I just didn't know who else to call because I have no fucking friends because of him. An anonymous email went out to all of my contacts. Explicit photos that only he has and...
Oh no, he is truly evil.
Those photos, I know, sane people know. Ryan weaponized them, and that makes him the bad guy. I'll help you if and only if you ask me to.
Do you want to come over?
Fucking hell, he does, mate. But he can't.
I wish I could, but...
No, it's okay. No, you've done enough.
This will go in the phone bowl downstairs with everybody else's.
We're just getting started. Innit, mate? It's goal time. I'm well excited, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so this is really happening.
That's where the guy's got a proper hairy chair. Oh, can't you watch? This is gonna be exciting now.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Fuck, somehow I just became the bad guy.
Oh, I did it. Ah, love was all for it. So, I mean, Joel didn't show any pleasure in that at all, though. She can't blame Joel. Joe actually, before it even started in this room here, said, is she okay with it? She's like, more than okay. And then, obviously, his face didn't show any satisfaction of that whatsoever. I do kind of like how we transitioned over between Marianne and the present. That was decent. But you've got to say, it's good acting, because regardless of how good you can act, like, these situations here, they've got to be awkward, haven't they? Like, I bet if, from the camera perspective where we're watching, if we zoomed out, you know, 2 times zoom backwards, there's about 10 people with cameras all staring at it like that while they're all kissing. They're all over it. Do you know what I mean? And you got to respect it, because film, like, scenes like this must be really hard to film. Like, watching it, it's interesting. Filming it must be hard. I wonder if some of them actually get turned on doing it, because, you know, it is proper intimate. And like I said, lots of eyes will be on them in that room, so you got to respect the ability to act when pressure's on, mate.
I cannot let her blame me for this shit show.
Who is she?
Figure it out.
Who were you thinking about just then?
Oh.
Nobody. What, you act like I am not all in. I am right here. All I do is worry about you.
Keeping this house together, dragging you to therapy, trying to be my sexiest self so you don't get bored and find another Natalie. In addition to being mother of the fucking year, I had to run interference on one of your fucking patterns. I killed Natalie for you. Shut up.
It is. She needs to be quiet.
Maybe they didn't hear anything.
We have to know for sure.
That, again, man, that's Love's fault. It is. Oh, they're going up with knives and a mallet.
You know, it's so easy to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Where were we? Great. Why don't we, get on the bed?
Ah, I don't know, man. They do know something.
Sherry was Krav Maga.
Oh.
Does not sound good. He could be at Matthews by now.
Yeah. Oh, he's got his ball.
Let's go back inside. We can talk about this.
Oh. Cat. Oh. There's no way he's just hit him then. Just a random shot. Feels watching. Oh. I reckon this is on the cameras. It's got to be. Body. Oh, God. That was all Love's fault, man. Drunken display of emotion set that in motion. They acted really good, actually. They fooled me upstairs because they looked like they was really like, yeah, you're coming back, you're coming back. It was as soon as she started obviously stroking the arm, like we knew that they'd known. But seeing as she knew how to fight upstairs, I would have thought Love may have got taken out. The best thing would be one of them to get injured, because out of all the scenarios, none of them ever get injured. So then they go to work the next day, everything's fine. Where if he turned up the next day, yeah, to this court for Marianne, or he didn't turn up because maybe he's been hospitalised, or he's got a black eye, or, you know, he's got all his arms been slashed, then it was like, wow, what's gone on last night? Raise some questions. What? CARY and Sherry disappeared. What's going on there? Joel's come up, and the same day, the next day, he's cut up. What's, you know, Love's got a black eye. Questions raised. Right now, no questions have ever been directed towards them or raised or anything. So I'm interested, because I'm not forgetting they wear these rings, you see. They wear them. And it will show the last location that it was active, and it will obviously show that it's been at their house. Matthew's got the cameras on their house. They must see the engagement outside the fight. Maybe Theo's seen it as well. Who knows, me? But this is getting interesting now. 2 deaths, how they're disposing of them bodies, especially a popular couple as well. She's kind of famous, isn't she? She's like a local famous person. She writes a blog on the internet. Everybody knows. I knew she'd be turned on. Fucking mad, aren't they? They're absolutely fucking mad, mate. One of them's not dead, I reckon.
Our love language is violence.
Oh, violence, mate. First of all, it's not lost on me that he's got a key in there underneath the... and she's got a key in one of the things. I reckon one of them is still alive and they're going to find a way out. He's drunk as well.
Happened to the car?
Love spilled fruit sauce. So I'm just getting it before it sets in.
At 5 a.m.? What was that last night?
Last night? Oh, were we that loud?
I thought I heard someone scream.
That's Sherry.
It was drunken shenanigans. It was harmless. We were saying that we should have you over for dinner sometime soon.
Yeah, real busy with work, but sometime.
Busy all the time.
I put my best friend in a cage. I am so grateful for you. I'm gonna make breakfast, and then I can contact Henry's sitter to see if they'll take him longer.
I forgot I promised to fill in for Dante. He's got a thing, and I have to. I'll be fast. I'll meet you as soon as I'm done. You just don't do anything until I get there.
I'm so glad you were here. Both of you.
What was that? Are Ryan and a judge friends? Then as long as he's in the picture, you are always going to lose.
Called it, mate, before it happens. I can't believe that they're not actually dead.
We're a team, okay?
Clearly, my plan has backfired. My wife seems more into me than ever.
That is a fact.
How the fuck are these two getting out of here alive?
I said that, mate. There's no chance there is no way that they're getting out of that situation alive. First of all, they don't need the money. You can't bribe them. You probably can't get any digging on them. I mean, maybe do some digging, but again, man, how many times you go over the same thing over and over again? Try and gain information on somebody, use it against them, keep it hush-hush. They know you've killed Natalie, you've attacked them, they threw him in there. Every time someone goes in that cage, you know what, right, actually... what I was just about to say is a lie, because one person has actually come out of it and they've not said anything and they've gone and lived their life. It actually helped him. That was Will. But everybody else that's gone in the cage, they've come out dead. They have. You know, let's be honest, everybody, Beck, she went in, dead. Benji, dead. We had, Delilah, she died. Luckily, Will, he went in, stayed alive, you know, he actually stayed alive. And then obviously we had this season, Gil dead. So I think that they're going to get killed. I don't know, man. I was going to say I think they're going to get killed, but I don't. I think that they're going to find a key in there. There's two keys in there. We've seen both of them put one in there. We've seen Joe put his under the rail. She put hers in one of the, in one of, whatever you call it, the barrels, the pots. You know, both of them didn't have trust in each other. They both put their own get out of jail sort of free key inside. Now, this episode was really good, actually. I actually liked it. CARY and Sherry, you know, when Sherry was first introduced, I wasn't a big fan. To be honest, I don't mind her now. She's won me around, you know what I mean? You know, the more I've seen, quick to judge, I definitely was quick to judge. She's been very interesting. I liked it all. Well, actually, I liked all of it. I was interested all the way up until the point where Love said Hakuna Matata. Do you know what I mean? Like, she seemed like she was fair game. Joe was the one that was like the concerned husband, so to speak. Like, are you okay with this? Shall we do this? Love figured it out, mate. She figured it out that she wasn't thinking about her and he wasn't thinking about Sherry. He's thinking about somebody else. Who is it? Now, she's going to put two and two together again. I think she will do, you know. When he was at the party before, when she was speaking to Marianne, she was looking at her. Marianne was quick to say, look, mate, I've got a boyfriend, I'm seeing somebody. And that did deter Love's thoughts away from her, because Ryan come in and obviously all the stuff's going on with her. He seems like he's going to win that court case. If I'm being honest, I think that he is going to win. I said that earlier on in the episode before we just seen him being pally-pally with the judge at the end there. I feel like it's going to go bad for them. Somehow, I think Dottie's not finished in the season. I don't know if she's going to come in and she's going to ruin it for them or whatnot. I have no idea. Theo as well, you know, and him and his dad had an argument. He's just been kicked out. I don't know if he's going to come back, if he's going to be emotional. Is he just going to go off on his merry way, or is, like I said, is he going to return? Matthew as well, you know, he's just seen Joe at the end engaged in him. Now, I actually thought Sherry and Kerry was dead, but obviously not. Like, they're still alive. He's seen that the car's around there. I think that, seeing as that he's got cameras all over and he's been watching him and he can see them arguing in the house and he knows that they've got like anger issues. That's what he's saying to Theo, that they must see this engagement. He heard screaming, shouting, and yeah, I would be very surprised if that didn't get seen. I'm actually surprised that Joe and Love won the scrap between them. You know, like, it wasn't paired up against each other. It was just a fight between two males and two females, and obviously they both come out on top. Now, when... I don't know, man. Also know is that the more Joe helps her in her situations, Love, it seems like the more she's connected with Joe, the more that she feels what I feel like when Joel does something crazy like this, it gives her validation that Joel's into her, if that makes sense, you know, because if he's willing to go to the ends of the earth for her, then that is all she needs to know, that she's actually loved. Where Joel's just like, mate, I'm only doing this to save my own ass, to save Henry's. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for the family. She's like doing it for more like I don't know, love from Joe and showing that he's actual loyal. So very interesting, different as well, like both of them. Didn't expect the episode to go the way it did. 2 more people in the cage, 2 more episodes to go. I'm really excited to see how we play out. I think they're getting out. I don't know if they're going to make it and stay alive, but I do think that they're going to get out of the cage at least once before they get caught again. So very interesting. I can't wait for the next episode. Okay, and that is going to wrap up episode 8 of season 3 of You. What a crazy episode. You know, they did engage in the swinging, whatever you want to call it, and it didn't turn out the way they imagined it to. Now, it is interesting to see because Love was playing on the fact that Theo come over and she was kind of like trying to make Joe jealous. He was stood there watching. He's not really bothered, to be honest, but when she did come inside and said, how does it make you feel? He played on it that he was a jealous husband and it made him feel, you know, like really protective and all that, and Love was well into it, and she was like, mate, should we get the sitter around? Should we get Sherry and CARY over, and should we go for it? Now, they're proper into it out there. They got contracts signed. They got loads of toys, loads of pills. They was well into it, all set up, you know. Very interesting. We also had Marianne. She was texting, well, she rang Joe, actually. She was saying, look, mate, I need a friend to come over and help us, you know, like, Ryan's done this, this, and this. He sent out pictures to all the editors of me. To be honest, really interesting, to be honest, because, like, yes, the pictures have been out there. People have probably got them now, X, Y, and Z, but you cannot be hypocritical. I personally don't have any pictures like that of me. Why would I? You know, I ain't got the physique. If I looked like CARY, maybe I would be taking pictures like that. But if a female, I bet a lot of females actually do have loads of, you know, lingerie pictures, you know, all these sexy pictures that they take. People love it. And I personally don't care that people do that. And if it got put out on the internet, I actually wouldn't care. Again, like, not that I wouldn't care. If it was me, I'd be like, wow, how's my pictures been leaked? But I wouldn't judge anybody. So, for example, if somebody that I work with now, I seen pictures of them on the internet, like taking all lingerie pictures, couldn't care less, mate, because everybody in the world does it, you know? Like, maybe back in the day, 20 years ago, it'd be different. But right now, modern day, how many people put nudes online, OnlyFans, you know, you've got, what is it, many videos, or you've got all these people on Twitter and Instagram and influencers, and people all over the place have all these pictures of pretty much them naked. So even the Celebgate, you know, like all these celebrities got the phones hacked and out there. To be honest, my personality, I don't care. So, like, yes, I know that she's devastated that the pictures are online, but I hope in real life, if people figure out something's been leaked, hacked, and all that, then it's not their fault. Somebody's gone and took their personal information and put it out online, and that is not fair. So they shouldn't be judged on that, in my opinion. So hopefully it doesn't affect her court case, which I think it's going to be honest. I think that it's going to have some sort of mention in the case, and maybe in the editing thing that she had a competition entered for by Joe. So I do feel sorry for her in that aspect. I do feel like she's going to lose. I don't know how it's going to play out with her and Joe in the relationship section, because I also know is that it seems like Love's more hardcore into Joe now. Like you said, they had the best sex that they've ever had. And even both of them said it downstairs after they was both locked in the cage. The thing that sparks it, fuels it, is obviously the craziness. What is it? What did he say now? Like, I don't even know, the aggressiveness. I can't remember what it was, like, but they were saying some sort of passion, you know, that is what fuels it. And it's interesting because, like you say, now she's way more into Joel than he expected. He thought that this thing would make them distant, it's brought them closer, wounded for him. They're waking up now, they're trying to get out. Like I said, there's 2 keys in there. I feel like one of them's going to get it and it's going to open the door. I don't know how they're going to either take them out, you know, hush them up. How's Matthew going to pretend that he didn't see them there, didn't hear them, the car's not there? What are they going to do with the cars? Are they still there? They've got the rings on. Matthew can go back. Do you know what I mean? Matthew can go back and use his technology and find out where they are, because they are wearing those rings. And I feel like that is going to happen. I called it here first before it's even referenced in the next few episodes. So honestly, I can't wait to see how that goes and where Theo plays in this. Is he going to come back or is he going to stay away? So that is going to wrap up episode 8. Hopefully, guys did enjoy it. If you did, please smash the like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.